Guys, what's going on? Dr. Frank here, the founder of AddictionMindset Recovery coaching programs. And in today's brief video, I want to take some time and talk about proper nutrition when it comes to detoxing from cannabis or when it comes to recovering from a substance use disorder. Many times when people are struggling with active addiction, one of the aspects of their life that suffers is their nutritional habits. I know this was certainly true for me. Look, when I was busy smoking all the time, getting stoned, I was eating a lot of junk food. And in the beginning, I actually gained a lot of weight. And then towards the end of my cannabis use, when I started to develop CHS or cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, I was actually losing a lot of weight and I was becoming way too thin. In either event, whether you've gained a lot of weight or you've lost a lot of weight, this video is going to apply to you because the focus of this video is going to be on proper nourishment and getting you the proper nutrients. Whether someone's obese or whether someone's severely underweight, it's a case of malnourishment. Malnourishment can happen in either form. So without going into it just sitting here, what I'm actually going to do is take you guys through a tour of my kitchen and show you guys some of the different foods that I eat. Now, before I do that, I do want to say one last thing. When it comes to recovery from THC or nicotine addiction or alcoholism, any of those things, a lot of times people will have quit for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and they'll say, Dr. Frank, I'm still not feeling great. My mood is still off. My sleep still isn't improved. I don't have energy anymore. What's going on? And more often than not, what we find when we talk to this person is that their nutrition is just horrible. It's so far off. And the goal here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching is not only to help you quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and pornography, subscribe if you need help with that, but it's also to help you have the best recovery process possible. And we're going to kick that off with today's video with a tour of my kitchen explaining why I eat the foods that I eat. So come on with me, guys. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so let's take a look and see what I have in the fridge here. So when it comes to eating healthy, you want to focus on healthy proteins, healthy fats, and healthy sources of carbohydrates. So let's start with breakfast and what I usually eat. I tend to focus on eating eggs. These are pasture-raised eggs. You notice that when you crack them in the pan, they have a really deep yellow-orange yolk color. It's like a deep orange, and that's because they're super high in omega fatty acids. Now, eggs are actually a super healthy meal for you. They're really high in proteins, really high in healthy fats with the yolk, and they're a great source of vitamins such as vitamin D. Not only will I eat eggs with breakfast, but I'll often do hard-boiled eggs or a deviled egg salad and have that as a snack. So eggs are an easy, quick option that you can utilize. Now, another thing that I'll often consume with eggs, especially in the morning, is avocados. For those of you guys who buy avocados and struggle to get them the right texture, once they're ripe, you can throw them in your fridge. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll cook up 2 to 3 scrambled eggs. I'll take an avocado, I'll cut that in half, and then what I'll do with that is I will spread that over this bread that I have here from Aldi's. Now, this is like a protein type bread. You can see this here, it's pretty cheap. Again, I get this at Aldi food stores, and that's pretty good. I'll make like an avocado toast with some scrambled eggs, and sometimes for seasoning, one of the things that I'll utilize is this tahini seasoning. You may have seen this all over TikTok. So some eggs with tahini on it, maybe a little Parmesan cheese. I'll spread that over a piece of toast, and I'll slice up half an avocado, and that's my breakfast. Avocados also make an excellent snack. Many times what I'll do is I'll slice open an avocado, I'll put some salsa on it, and I'll just eat like right out of the avocado shell with some salsa. So here in this breakfast, between the eggs and the avocado, we're getting really healthy fats. The eggs are giving us a really healthy source of protein, and then I'm getting a little bit of carbohydrate from that whole grain bread. Now, some of you guys are gonna wanna avoid whole grains if you have like Crohn's disease or other type of problems like that. Yeah, whole grains aren't the healthiest thing in the world. If you want something a little bit better than that bread over there, I would recommend Ezekiel bread. All right, let's keep going through the fridge. Another favorite snack of mine is olives. Olives are really high in healthy fats, healthy omega fatty acids. Now, another staple that you're gonna see in my fridge when it comes to snacking is fruits. So I typically keep a chopped up thing in my fridge of blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. I usually keep some watermelon on hand, and I typically keep some tangerines and plums on hand. Now, the reason I keep a lot of fruit on hand is because when I first quit nicotine, I had a really bad sweet tooth, and I didn't want to be pounding candy all the time. In the first few days, okay, you're getting over an addiction, but I didn't want to pick up a candy addiction. So I like to keep fruits on hand, especially for those of you guys quitting nicotine. You get these blood sugar level spikes, and sometimes fruit can be a nice little boost for you. I don't go crazy on it though, because I am conscious of the sugars in the fruits. Now, another staple that you're usually gonna see in my fridge is some type of protein. So this is a cooked sausage patty. I have steak here from, again, Aldi food markets, and then I have chicken. So oftentimes for dinners, what I'll do is I'll cook up some type of sausage or pork, steak, chicken, maybe I'll do fish, which we'll see that when I go to my freezer. So there's my healthy source of protein. And then I'll do vegetables. Often I'll rotate between cauliflower, asparagus, or Brussels sprouts. And then of course we got a bag of kale in the back there that I might saute. So each night for dinner, I'm focusing on a healthy source of protein and then a healthy source of carbohydrate that's not a grain of starch or a sugar. This is a vegetable. Now, for those of you guys that don't like vegetables or can't stomach vegetables, I have a tip for you. So what I'll often do is I'll dice up that cauliflower, and we're gonna jump over to the pantry here, and I'll put that cauliflower inside those baking tins there, those big silver baking tins. And then what I'll do once I have the cauliflower in there is I will actually marinate it. Let me get out some marinade in a basting oil. I use Wegmans organic basting oil. So I'll drizzle this on top of it. And then I'll go over to my seasonings up here. I'll take some crushed red pepper flakes. I'll take some garlic, I'll take some salt, and I'll take some pepper. And what I'll do is I'll season those vegetables, and then I will throw them in the oven, and I'll bake them at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And that's a really easy way for me to consume vegetables that taste good. So oil, all the seasonings I showed you, bake at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Now, some other things that you may come across in my fridge are pickles. Pickles are an excellent snack for those of you early on in quitting an addiction. They're full of electrolytes, and electrolytes are a really big thing, especially if you're quitting using nicotine products. Now, I do have a few other dressings and things like that. I'm not afraid to use ranch dressing. I'm not afraid of, other types of olives with the sodium, because I think electrolytes are very important. Now, on occasion, I try and avoid it, but yeah, I do snack on cheese. Cheese is something that I would like to limit, but it does give me a source of fat, and cheese is excellent for a release of dopamine, actually. Now, when we go into the freezer, this is usually where I will store more foods, but most importantly in the freezer is going to be the fish. This is where I'll keep different variations of frozen whitefish or frozen salmon. And then at least once or twice a week, I like to focus on eating those foods. I have a lot of butter, and most of the butter that I have, you'll see, is grass-fed. So again, a healthy source of fat, a healthy source of omega fatty acids can be found in there. And that kind of sums up those things. Now, I don't have it here with me, but one of my other favorite things that I like to do is make a protein shake. And that's what this almond milk is actually for. So I'll take about 8 to 16 ounces of almond milk. I'll mix that into one of these shaker bottles over here. Okay, right here, a shaker bottle. Don't mind that. My fiance is an OBGYN. Check out her channel, Gyno Girls. Anyways, this is a shaker bottle, and I'll put a scoop of whey protein in here with vanilla almond milk, and that's also a great snack or a great thing that I can do when I'm on the go. Watermelon, as I mentioned earlier, for a fruit. And then we'll come over here to the pantry. So in my pantry, I keep some pretty basic stuff that I snack on. I focus on Parmesan crisps. I like a crunch, but I don't want to be eating the low quality fats that you get from like chips and stuff like that. So I like Parmesan crisps. They're super low in carbohydrates. And again, you're getting some fats out of there. And then another snack that I don't think a lot of you guys are gonna like that I like is jumbo calamari. These things come in little dishes. They're super high, again, in omega fatty acids. There's some sodium in here, some seasoning. This stuff tastes really good. And of course, there's some more olives hiding back there. So that's kind of a tour of my kitchen and the various foods that I enjoy eating. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of my kitchen. Those are some staple foods that I eat on a daily basis. And most of the foods that I just showed you guys are super healthy because they're high in protein, they're high in healthy sources of fat, and they're lower in carbohydrates, which means you're probably gonna lose some weight. Now, here's the neat thing. Whether you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, this nutritional protocol might still apply to you. When we have someone who's overweight or underweight, what we're really talking about is a case of malnourishment. And by focusing on these healthier foods, you're gonna re-nourish your body and your body's gonna respond however you need it to. Those are just some quick tips for you guys. I hope that helps. I'm gonna try and make a bunch more videos for you on nutrition and recovery, but I just wanted to get something out to get you started. If you found this helpful, follow me into the next video where I talk more about those protein shakes for people who are struggling with cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. I'll see you guys there.